I'm ready to kill people and fucking party. That's like the vibe, I think.
You want to go clubbing?
Neon lights, crazy parties, killing people.
Do you think that's
and
girl that's
looking
like
real hot?
I wonder why it's called The Gig.
The Gig. I don't know.
Let's check it out.
Let's watch it, yeah.
So remind me again though before we go. This guy right here is like your buddy, right? Like your partner in crime kind of thing.
Jackie, yeah.
Jackie. Didn't they show him already dying?
I think that was just like...
An option. That's like an optional thing that could happen.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
We actually don't really know.
Or just like a cinematic thing. Cinematic,
yeah, it was
like choice, like a trailer.
Yeah.
Just to create it. Okay.
I love this town. The city of endless opportunity. Ready to get your cherry popped? Yeah, come on.
City like any other.
Cherry
Just
pop?
bigger.
Nah, mano. Not just any other city. Legends are born here.
The lighting's so good.
The major leagues. We're only here because Dex is pulling the strings. Doubt that puts us in the same league as them.
But we are. They just don't know it yet. But if you got the cojones and you know how to use them, you can do damn near anything.
Looks like Uma Thurman right there.
Man, you go out with a bang, right?
I'm gonna make like a hot E-girl.
You can make heaps more Eddies as a motivation.
That's gonna be V.
Yo, Mr. V.
Yeah?
A pleasure.
So what's the gig, Dex? You meant to come out in one piece? How about we go over
Is that
the plan?
T-Bug?
There's this prototype tech, a biochip to be precise. Job's to grab it.
Guessing it belongs to a court.
Arasaka.
We're robbing some heavy hitters.
Thought you could blackmail me, fucker?
High risk, high reward. First rule of the afterlife.
Ka-ching, baby.
Goes without saying, we do this on the hush. Ideally, no bodies, not a one.
Sounds simple enough.
Is it gonna be dangerous?
Don't you
Just
worry.
whipping out the guns.
boy. We're bulletproof. Get your ass moving now!
What the fuck just happened in there?
Oh shit.
Dude, killing people like that first person is gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be me.
Yep, that's fucking high! Time to bail!
Oh my god, we're so fucked.
Was that Jackie in his suit at the end?
I didn't catch it.
Dex, what the fuck?
Can't risk it, V.
And you, who are you?
Ah! Fuck.
Wait, what? Were we Johnny Silverhand for a second?
Maybe.
It looked like it was being mirrored.
I know.
Maybe he's just an android and this is a
So
this is a better
I was
model.
I was learning a little bit more about like Johnny Silverhands and like
He's technically dead, right?
he's technically dead in like the tabletop universe, but this is kind of like this isn't directly that universe is what I've been hearing. Like it's kind of like inspired by it.
Yeah.
So they're gonna take some liberties, and obviously if they're including him in any way, like there's been a way of capturing him or somehow like replicating his like consciousness.
I thought
don't
he
know.
was part of the chip.
Or he's part of the chip. Yeah, like that's like unknown right now.
That's what I thought. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the whole overarching, like, main story is, like, something to do with, like, getting that chip from Osaka. Am I saying that right?
That's like the company, right?
Yeah.
Because companies basically the companies are basically like gangs in Night City. Or
Yeah.
they're just like the power brokers and they just run shit.
Yeah. I know, it looks so good, Maze. I was like, oh, this is so pretty.
Yeah, they're making us wait, but it's gonna be worthwhile.
I think it's gonna be so worth it. Oh my god. I mean, I'm seeing myself like just calling in sick.
We'll just call in sick and
in the
just
future.
get our playthrough going and just put out like 20 parts.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's the gig that they're talking about. That's the whole gig, is just getting that chip.
Okay,
Is
that makes
is
sense.
what they mean.
Yeah, because I remember you worked for Dax, right? Is that his name? Dax?
Dax?
Dax? He's like your, I don't know what he like gives you assignments at the beginning at least.
Yeah.
And you're working for him, but obviously with
He's
that
also
cinematic
sketchy.
thing, but he's sketchy. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was T-Bug and Dax, I forget.
Yeah.
Which vowel.
And if we're getting anything wrong, guys, we are just fans of this thing. We are not like a news, channel, so we might not know everything. So give us a break in the comments, because I already know how you guys be sometimes when we get things wrong.
Yeah, but I don't know. It looks really, really good. I'm pretty sure episode 1, the Night City Wire episode 1 is going to be like actual gameplay. So I'm actually really excited to see that.
I'm super excited for that.
But damn, this game looks so
The mechanics
nice.
for fighting look really cool. And like I know because of
So
because of
much
it being
going on.
cybernetic in like the future, there's so many different like variations you can take. Kind of like with The Witcher 3 where you could be more of like a warrior,
Signs.
or you could use more signs, or you could get into the
Potions.
alchemy side of things.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna
Well, this is going to be way
take
more,
that to the next level.
way more vast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can actually like, oh, you could do so much.
This is interesting. This is going to be an interesting dilemma. Like, am I going to want to be a stealthier person, like kind of like my Assassin's Creed
wanna
playstyle, or do I want to be like guns ablaze and just fuck everybody up with crazy like acrobatic gun moves? You know?
I don't know. I think Netrunner could be really fun. But let us know in the comments what you plan on playing as, because I would be curious to know what
Netrunner is just like you're really
people-
good at hacking, right?
Yeah, it's like more of like the hacking.
That is cool. I mean, what I was gonna say during that trailer, I didn't want to like interrupt it because there was a lot going on, but like Watch Dogs 2 to me feels like this will have a lot of the stuff that I enjoyed in that game in it, like the hacking, the like
The
using
pacifism.
robots, like all that sort of stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah. I feel like I think you can do like a completely pacifist, like don't kill anybody. I'm pretty sure you can.
That would be interesting. Because you're not like a saint. Like V is not a saint, right? But he lives in like the environment that he was put in. Like Night City is a corrupt place. It has a lot of crime. It has a lot of this, that, and whatever. And like you're just doing what you need to do to survive and thrive.
Doing what you got it.
And yeah, it'll be interesting. I feel like for me, it'll be hard to be a pacifist playthrough because it'll be like, that guy just wronged me. I'm going to teach that person a lesson, you know? Because that's just what happens in video games. You know, you got to put the bullies in their place. But
honestly,
we'll see.
This is like a crazy fucking party.
It's really cool though.
I'm like, I'm ready to kill people and fucking party. That's like the vibe. I think.
You want to
like,
go clubbing?
Neon lights, crazy parties, killing people.
Do you think this
and
girl that's
looking
like
real hot?
Do you think this girl that's like crawling in the thing? Do you think this is just like a strip club type situation, or is this like a crazy party? Like,
I love like when there's parties and like getting fucked up in video games, like that shit. I don't know. I'm like, I'm very immersed now.
Yeah,
like,
Maze, I don't have the self control to go fully.
No, I want to
pacifist.
kill some people.
I mean, sometimes, like very few times, will I like sympathize with like the people you're going against in like a quest or a mission, but we'll see.
I know.
There's so much still to be like determined, so I'm excited.
That trailer was so good. Let us
really
know
good.
in the comments for everyone watching on YouTube. Let us know in the comments what you want to play as, what path you're going to go.
CD Projekt Red, real quick, I want to say something. You know, if you have to keep pushing the game back, that's okay, but keep giving us little tidbits like this, you know, give us little bite-sized little...
They're nice. They give us
little
little
teasers.
snacks.
Little snacks, thank you.
To hold us over.
We appreciate
we'll survive. It's going to be okay. I know people are like,
We hate you.
How long ago now was it that
hate
we
you.
reacted to the Cyberpunk? It was like one of our first big videos that we reacted to the Cyberpunk
like a year
trailer.
ago.
It was over a year ago. It was like E3
It was like June.
2019.
It was June.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into episode 1.
Let's do it. Cyberpunk 2077 Night City Wire episode 1. Let's do it.
You don't believe in no fate. Every day digging the grave. Stepping up here with the snakes. City of dreams, city of...
Fuck. This music's so good too.
Hello and welcome to this, the very first episode of Night City Wire,
Hello.
a brand new series from us at CD Projekt Red, where
Yeah,
we'll
her
be
eyelashes
talking
be
about all
crazy.
things
Yeah, they're
Cyberpunk 2077. For today's episode, we'll be starting with a brand new trailer. One of our developers will be joining us to help unpack everything you're going to see. We'll have some news, an announcement about a secret collaboration. We'll be taking a look at some braindance gameplay and welcoming back our developers just to have a chat about everything you're going to see. But there is one more thing. Media all over the world have been getting hands-on with Cyberpunk 2077, and when this episode finishes, you'll be able to go and check out exactly what they thought. So, let's get started.
Okay.
It is time
That's
to
cool.
take
I've been
look
seeing a
at
lot
our
of people
brand
like,
new
hey,
trailer,
I
and
got my
after
hands
that, our
on,
lead quest designer,
and this is
Pat
what I
Sat,
thought.
So we'll be joining us because I've got a feeling you're going to have a few questions after watching this. So let's take a look.
Oh. We didn't have the light on.
I love this town. The city of endless opportunity. Ready to get your cherry popped?
We can watch it again. Why not?
Come on.
The major leagues.
The graphics are so good.
Strings. Doubt that puts us in the same league as them.
But we are.
I want my V to look like that.
But if you
The
got
girl
the
with like the
cojones, and you know how
pink
to use
and
them,
green
you
hair.
can do
Yeah.
damn
She's gonna be like an
near
e-girl. She's gonna be so
Unless you
cute.
catch a both.
Even then,
I'll be
you go
honest.
out with a
Or do you want to
bang,
play as a
right?
dude?
You know, you can make heaps more eggs.
I don't want to be a
than
dude,
speak.
but
Yo, Mr. V.
I don't really have a strong opinion on it.
I honestly.
You meant to come out in one piece.
We can be. We gotta customize the genitals though. We're gonna have to be
go over the
really. We're gonna have to.
Shut up.
Prototype tech, a biochip to be
Love that they
precise.
did that.
Drop
It's so
the grab.
Guess happy now, Jackie.
I want my V to be tatted out too.
Yeah.
Can you hand me the controller since I'm attached to it?
Right next to me.
I'm being like yanked.
Okay.
Dex, what the fuck?
Game
Okay,
risky,
let's watch
B.
this.
And you.
That is not
who are
pacifism,
you?
Andrew. No, it's not.
Dude, is like V having an identity crisis or something?
Maybe his chip is contaminated and he has a little bit of Johnny
So the
Silverhands in
trailer
him.
contains footage from the game's prologue only, but
Oh,
there was
prologue.
an awful lot in it. So
The awesome stuff is only happening in the first few quests. What the trailer shows you is really our stage. The night
Starting
scene,
off with
you
a
know,
bang.
this gigantic city build of bodies.
I'm glad you don't have to
push
drive in
themselves to the
first
limit
person because that
to
would
put
not
their
be
hands
fun.
on.
I'm sure you can.
You can,
as
though.
you can expect,
can
not
switch.
everything goes as
Yeah,
planned.
well, just showed
and,
it.
But to
Yeah.
see it, you will have to play the game.
there are an awful lot of really cool things in this trailer, and there's a few that I would just like to
Where
talk
is
about
he
a little bit
right
more
now?
for the people at home.
where I
So
wanna
let's
be.
start with
Mainstream,
talking about
right?
a gang called the Mox.
You think
now,
so?
we see a few flashes
actually, let
of
me
them
see.
in this trailer. I personally think they're really cool and one of my favorites.
Maybe not, no.
Can you give us a little bit more information about them?
I think it's a real
Oh
set.
yes. So the Mox is one of the gangs that player is going to interact with throughout the game. The Mox is the gang that has been formed in 2076 after death of Elizabeth Borden. She was called Lizzie. Now she was an owner of a brothel and former sex worker, and she was protecting working guys and girls from harassment, from abuse, and the gang is really continuing her mission. And as a player, you are going to interact with that gang, meet multiple
Respect.
different NPCs, and craft your own relationship with them, and understand what they are all about.
So earlier on, you did mention a 7th district, a place called the Badlands. Now, we saw a few shots of this in the trailer,
like
but
on
I'd
the
love
outskirts
to
of
give
the
us
city,
a bit
right?
more detail about the district outside of the city walls.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Badlands is this like dead, dry,
be like
land
Mad
Wrecking
Max.
dudes with a giant
going around
lollipop.
the whole night. And
Yeah, this
as
is
a
like
player,
some Mad
you'll
Max
be able
territory.
to
This looks
traverse
like,
that space in your car and
where
work.
Trevor lives in
This is a space
GTA.
inhabited by
100%.
nomads are living in a different families.
Hey, this is in
and are
between
traveling
LA
across
and San
the
Francisco,
space
so
in
you could be
convoys
heading
made
south.
of
Look, it's the
cars and
Cybertruck.
motorcycles. And
It's the
as you
Cybertruck.
You'll be able to traverse
Damn.
and access different type of open world content that has been prepared specifically
What if-
for
what if you
you
got
to
a
actually get that
Cybertruck,
awesome feel
like
of
a
the
Cybertruck from
badlands
Tesla, and you had it
In the
skinned?
trailer, we also saw like a
With
completely
a Cyberpunk
metal
2077
creature.
That would be a
skin.
smart
Looked like he was
move
from the
on
Maelstrom gang.
Tesla.
This
Both
looks
of
like
their
something
parts, yeah.
else. So
That
let's tell
needs
the
to
people at home,
happen.
Who is this giant metal monster?
Okay, so Adam Smasher is a fully converted cyborg. He is
Holy shit.
He was always a loyalist of Arasaka. And
Oh my
time has
God.
changed, and in 2077 he had to find his own space in Night City. But to find out, you'll have to play the game.
In this trailer, we do see some flashes of a Ripper Doc called Victor Vector. I think if people have watched our previous gameplays, they might remember him. But I'd really like for you to give the people at home some more information about what Ripper Docs are and how they'll be interacting
Oh yeah,
with them when
we've
they
heard
take
about
place.
this. They're the ones who like update the
So, Ripper
cybernetic
Dogs In
stuff.
our game, they are surgeons. They are like a specific type of a job in the social ladder of Cyberpunk. They are accustomed and specialized in replacing limbs to the metal ones. They can basically update your body, enhance your body, change you into this walking war machine. And as a player, you are going to meet different kind of Reaper Dogs in the game, craft your own relationship with them. Some of them are like important characters for a story. Through that, you will invest eddies that you're gathering to turn your body into this tool that allows you to survive on the streets of Night City.
Pavel, thank you so much for joining us. I know you'll be back later in the episode because you're going to be helping us to analyze the Braindance gameplay. But before that,
I wonder what
we do have
Braindance
some
is.
news to share.
Yeah.
Earlier in the year, we announced that if you pick up Cyberpunk 2077 on Xbox One, you'll be able to play it on Xbox Series X when the console launches. And just in case you missed it, it will be the same for PlayStation players as well. If you pick up
Can you imagine
Cyberpunk
how
think
good
that's
the
the first
graphics are
time-
going to be
PlayStation 4,
for
you'll
the
also
next
be able to
gen?
play
Oh, I know.
PlayStation 5 when the console launches.
I think that's the first time they
And
announced
that's
like the
not all.
PlayStation.
There will be a free upgrade for
Oh.
Xbox
Compatibility,
Series X
though.
and
That's cool.
PlayStation 5, but we'll have more details on that soon.
To Night City.
Before we reveal our first look at the Braindance gameplay and welcome back our developers for a chat, there is just one more thing we want to announce. Something that we've been working on in secret for a while. We
Her
are
eyes
very
are so
excited
big.
to announce our partnership with Studio Trigger and Netflix to bring you Cyberpunk Edgerunners, a
Let's
standalone
fucking
anime set in the
go.
Cyberpunk universe we've been working on for some time now. Edgerunners is due to launch in 2022.
That
but for some
collab
more
with
information,
three just
let's
like
go to the team in Tokyo.
top tier companies, you know?
I know.
That's going to be legit.
Very legit.
Hi, my name is Saya Elder. I am the Japan-based producer for Cyberpunk Edgerunners. What I do basically on this project
What a cool
is
fucking
that
job.
I am a fixer, to put it in the words of the Cyberpunk universe. We are
Can
a
I
new
be her?
company. We are
How do I get a
bunch of
job
nerds,
like that?
And wherever there are nerds, there's going to be anime fans.
I don't know, dude.
So
Just
it's
be a hella
the
nerd
Anime.
and love
to
anime.
make anime. When we began this project,
I don't know.
we were certain that we didn't want to make a recreation of the game. Cyberpunk Edgerunners is a standalone story set in the same universe. The stage is still Night City.
Oh, I think Kill La
but
Kill
everything
is in
else
the background,
totally
actually.
new. New
Where she's
characters,
talking.
new story.
Let me see again.
I do like to think that it's going to be a great gateway for newcomers to come and check Cyberpunk game
Yeah.
and also the Cyberpunk
I'm
genre
pretty sure that's
as a
Kill La
whole.
Kill, I think.
Yeah, Andron, I haven't played that game, but I've heard that there's a lot of
Which is one the
similarities
biggest
between
anime
Yeah.
records of the
Cyberpunk and
world.
Deus
I'm
Ex.
going to take you to
How do
Studio
you
Trigger
pronounce
right
that?
now because we have the wonderful opportunity to talk to the dream team that will be
Deus
bringing
Ex.
you this anime.
こんにちは。トリガーの代表取締役の大塚です。
監督の今石井です。
キャラクターデザインを担当する吉成です。
ゲームのサイバーパンクのファンの方、今回初めて触れる方両方に満足していただけるようにアニメを作るつもりです。よろしくお願いします。
Oh,
今回はその
the things on their shirt, they also made those
僕らが
animes
10
too.
代の、
There's like
一ファンの
other titles.
過ぎなかった頃に
Oops,
生まれたジャンル、そういうジャンルのものを
How do I-
また、
There we go.
時代が南進をして作れるというのが非常に楽しみです。
トリガーも10年ということで、監督に今石、キャラクターデザインに吉成というトリガーの最強の布陣で、トリガー10周年にふさわしい作品にしていきたいと思います。お楽しみに。
It's gonna be so good!
Yeah, dude, hopefully.
Now it is time to show you some gameplay of Braindance. This is a feature that you'll experience when you play Cyberpunk 2077. Braindance is essentially a recording of somebody else's experience. It allows you to relive their sense of sight, smell, touch, and even hearing, all thanks to a special device. After the gameplay, I will be welcoming back Pavel Sasko. I will also be joined by Patrick Mills, our senior quest designer and all-round lore master, who will be helping to answer your questions and give you some explanation on how you'll be interacting with Braindance when you play Cyberpunk 2077. So, let's take a look.
Interesting.
Plan simple. Do nothing odd. Don't get creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out. And we sell the BD to those psycho freaks from the studio.
Got it.
And remember, everything on full blast. They'll spot us extra for a wicked adrenaline high. Okay, on you go.
So we're playing as the thug, but
Down! Everybody! On the ground! Want to see you kissing the flooring! Money!
We're experiencing it from the thug's point of view.
Well, yeah, hey, now! Before I blow your fucking head off!
That's a lot of cash, damn.
Oh, and he like died, I guess.
Slow, deep breaths. Your cortisol and adrenaline spiked, but the soft activated your hormone blockers.
She's
Nothing
hot.
happened. You're alive and well.
You like your hairstyle?
This is what I wanted to look like.
Too much.
V, you want Arby to look like that?
Feel the guy's pain, his stress, his hope. Hope wrapped up in something else.
Mm-hmm. Probably took a booster just before. You'll be fine. Got everything set up? Let's switch over to editing mode.
Editing mode.
This is so cool, actually.
Can you change
Oh
the
my god.
past?
I'll sever the link to the BD Roller's sensory array. You'll be able to look around freely. Whole scene's yours. Full cam control in analysis mode, so move around, zoom in and out, whatever else you come up with.
Weird.
Your own little sandbox. So analysis mode, you control playback. Can even pause when you feel the need. Then you use the editor console to unpause. Try it.
Are we gonna use this to like be like a detective?
Probably, to like search for things.
Yeah.
You go in, snatch the cash, get out, and we sell the BD to those psycho freaks from the studio.
Got it.
So now you can see who shot him.
Well, that's
Or
not all. You can speed things
whatever.
up or rewind, whatever you like. Give it a try. Rewind, roll it back to the top. All good, neat. Now try fast forwarding a bit.
Plan simple. Do nothing odd. Don't be creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out.
Okay.
Just kind of like
You
the
can also
tutorial of it.
reset the recording. That'll take you right back to the beginning. Try it. Now for some fun. This here's why you came in the first place. In analysis mode, you get to view and even scan details of the enviro recorded by the BD roller. Focus on the heat, the gun this gonk gets from his buddy at the beginning. Now scan it.
Plan simple. Do nothing odd. Don't get creative. You go in, snatch the cash, get out. And we sell the BD to those psycho freaks from the studio. And remember, anything before left. Those audience are
Okay, right here. Excellent. Let's move on.
Do you have to learn what kind of gun it is, or what?
In analysis mode,
I guess
you
so.
can ferret out background noise and conversations if the roller got close enough. This tech records everything, every little detail, even the sights and sounds the roller was never aware of. To see the sources of the recorded sensory signals, switch to the audio layer in the editor. Go ahead and try that now.
I like layering.
Now you should see several sound signatures in the store. Choose one and hone in on it.
Pack of 6, case of Brosif, and a couple of zappers.
Okay, we have a deal today on 2 flavors, Cuddy and
Yeah,
Surfing.
everybody!
So, any thoughts?
Unbelievable. Seriously, like what's happening right next to me.
Yeah, it's how BD recording implants work. They pick up everything, all the elements in the background. Then an editor tweaks them, makes them pop. Keep playing with the sound, explore it a bit. We'll move on when you get bored.
Wanna see you kissing the flooring? Money! Net!
Sometimes you can analyze extra layers in the raw, stuff the roller's cyberware picked up.
Like what?
Ev's got Kiroshi optics that grab infrared, meaning you should be able to grab heat signatures from her recording.
Huh. Hella nice.
Scanning works on Peeps.
Hella.
Try scanning her. Alright, next thing. Scroll forward to the part where our artist gets a lead injection.
Or I will fucking drop you, I swear to God! Well, now, fucking head off!
And you see like what happens to him if he gets killed or
Do you
whatever.
think that person gets up, or do you think the store owner shoots him?
No.
See that? They shot him and he never saw it coming. But you will. Here it comes. My favorite part of the game. See the blinking thing over the entrance? Surveillance cam. Must have caught our shooter. You'll see in a sec. Cam feeds to the screen behind the clerk. Roll back to where the screen's in the kid's field of vision, then scan it.
Damn. Technology be crazy.
On June Combat shot him. Probably planned to all along. Must have got a nice slice of cred on the black market for a BD like this. BD freaks are ready to pay a preem for a real flatline. Anyway, if you've seen enough, you
Who shot him?
Is the guy he was working with.
He was in there. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's impressive, right? It's too bad most of the BDs we do here are only good for flogging the log.
So Braindance is a pretty big part of the Cyberpunk universe. It's not just something used for adult films. There is an awful lot to it. And there's two sides I'd really like you guys to help me explore. First is the lore, so how this actually fits into the universe, and then there's the gameplay side, so how players will be interacting with it. So Patrick, could you tell us more about the lore of Braindance?
I would love to. So in the world of Cyberpunk 2077, Braindance was invented way back in the early 2000s at UC Santa Cruz. It was developed as a way of recording a person's experiences and then playing them back for someone else, so that they could relive them as though it was happening to them. It was originally used for things like
There's an episode of
therapy
Black
and
Mirror
prisoner
that
rehabilitation,
kind of touches on
but
this.
by 2077, it's become
More
a
the visual side
global
of it, though.
media industry, including things like movies, mass entertainment, things like that, video games, some interactive things, and of course, adult fare as well. Now, in our game, we deal a lot with black brain dances, or XBDs as we call them, and there are different types of those, but the one that you saw in the trailer just there was a flatliner. Now that's where the person recording it actually dies during the recording. And it's popular with sort of an illicit kind of a thrill, but a mercenary can also use them for various things, and you'll see that in the game, of course.
And from the gameplay perspective, we have been working a lot throughout last years trying to figure out the best way how to use the braindance in the game as a mechanics. So what we have settled on is this braindance editor mode. As a player, you will be able to run the braindance in the editor mode and see different clues that have been registered on the peripheral of given actor. Now, as a player, you can slide on the timeline of the recording back and forth, trying to uncover different clues. And that clues are actually telling a story in the game. So as a player, you will run different investigations that will lead you to different mysteries, and you will uncover them actually using that braindance as a mechanics in the game.
So as Pavel was saying, we use Braindance as a storytelling tool. It's not a collectible. It's not something where you're going to go in and you're going to play it and you're going to be like, I've seen this before. What we use Braindance for is to give you a keyhole into the life of the residents of Night City. And we can explore things like childhood trauma, religion, various philosophical ideas in a way that you might not otherwise experience in a story about a mercenary on the tough streets.
So we've tried to talk about some of the aspects that we think the community will find really exciting, but while you're both here, I'd love to know, what is it about Cyberpunk that you guys are really excited for? Patrick, why don't you start?
So one of the things that I'm most excited about in this game is the characters and the way they interact with the world. We've got this really interesting world that stretches all the way back to the Cyberpunk 2020 source material and all of these events and all of those things, but those don't mean anything unless they connect with characters. And so when we come up with a character, we start with their function. What is this person? What do they do in the story? But we don't stop there. We go back and we figure out, what was their childhood like? What was their upbringing like? What kind of obstacles did they face in this harsh reality, and did they overcome them? And how did they overcome them? Or did they not overcome them?
It's a big deal for storytelling.
Great
and
storytelling.
you can see all of those things in their environment, in their dialogues, in sort of how they operate in the world.
That's
and
what's so great about
we come up with
Geralt.
that for all of our characters. Now, you look at someone like Victor Vector, and you're going to see stories about his past in his environment and in his dialogue. We come up with that stuff even if we don't use it in the game, because it helps inform us as to who these characters are.
And for me, I would not be myself if I would not say that I'm the most excited about our quests. Like with our Witcher 3 team, with Patrick and like everybody that has stayed with us since the Witcher 3 time, we really have grown so much. We have learned so much, and we have used all that experience to put them into the quest that we have made. And you will not find really a filler in this game. Like everything has a meaning. Like we put so much effort into making sure that everything is rewarding. It's interesting. It's talking about characters, as Patrick said. It's talking about worlds. It's talking about emotions.
I'm
like
excited.
Touching the player in a really, like a real way. And can't wait to find out what you think.
Pavel, I know you mentioned
He's
story
adorable.
and quest and writing quests, and
just
when I
say.
was last in the studio, I had a look and I saw a notebook on your desk, and I would love for you to show everybody this notebook.
Okay, well, yeah,
She's putting
Art
him on the
design?
spot.
So this is my notebook. It says Salsa Quest Designer. The reason is because I dance salsa, and I'm a quest designer.
He's so cute.
So I started this notebook actually when we were really starting Cyberpunk. At the very beginning, I wrote like a first note, and it says pretty much something along the lines of that we were starting with a prototype. And then, you know, I kept on basically noting things that we've been working on for like next
You
years.
scrolled them out.
I remember once when our concept artists actually approached me, and they said that
Someone's
they
gonna
wanted to take
freeze
a look at my
frame
notebook. I was
and
like,
find out what all it says.
4 actually, and they took some pictures, and they told me, yeah, well, you know, because we are looking for a reference material for notes of a psychopathic killer. so yeah, well, you may find maybe some of my notes in the game.
Pavel and Patrick, thank you so much for joining me. I'm
That's
pretty
really
lucky
funny.
because I have read some of the stories. that
We
you
must
and the team
protect
have
Pablo
written
at
for
all
Brainland, and I'm
costs.
pretty
She
excited
must
for people to
protect.
discover them. But before we do finish today's episode, there is just one more thing we'd like to talk about. Earlier in this episode, I mentioned that media have been getting hands-on with the opening of Cyberpunk 2077.
What did
and
critics
they should
think?
be posting their impressions right about now. And if you missed anything from today's episode, don't worry, we'll be uploading everything to our channels very soon. And finally, on behalf of everybody at CD Projekt Red, we just want to say thank you so much for joining us for this, the very first episode of Night City Wire. But don't worry, we'll be back with episode 2 in just a few weeks. So
Wow,
we
a
shall
few
see you
weeks.
soon.
I'm done.
Nice. We just keep feeding us, please.
Those bites.
I'm
We need those
hungry.
bites.
I think like our overall thoughts, we can definitely share them. I don't know. I think that just kind of like hyped me up all over again. Like I know like a lot of people were kind of bummed that it's being delayed and la la la, which is upsetting, but I trust Cyberpunk. I trust CD Projekt Red.
I do. I do too.
I think they know what they're doing, and I think we're all gonna be okay.
Yeah, that brain dance stuff looks interesting. Like, and
It's a
yeah,
cool
I
mechanic.
think the best part of that that video was Pavel saying there are no filler quests. Because I hate
We love to
anything
hear
filler quests. I like the RPG genre, but at the same time, the main problem I have with the RPG genre is that they
open
try too
world,
hard. Like they
mostly.
They want to give you like all these things, like Assassin's Creed. Like they'll be like, "Hey, go collect all these feathers," you know, like go collect all these.
We don't want that.
Flags, and it's like
We don't
no,
want
that's just something that like people like me that like have OCD are like, I gotta get them all, and it's like no, that's so boring.
No, it's
lazy. It's not worth it. Yeah. It's... Witcher 3, I wanted to do every single side quest, and like when we
And it
got
was
too
worth it.
But like when we got too far in the game and certain side quests went away, like I was sad.
Yeah, because
And-
they're worth it.
Because they're worth it.
CD Projekt Red knows how to make side quests,
Yeah.
and they have big shoes to fill. But I'm confident. I am confident.
Absolutely.
I trust them with my life. I will
But
name
yeah.
my firstborn.
Geralt.
But yeah, I think that's gonna conclude our reaction to all of this like Night City Wire shenanigans. We'll probably react to it episode 2 when that goes live, I guess in a few weeks, as they said.
Yeah.
But we hope everyone enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching our reaction.
Thank you guys all for watching. Those watching with us on Twitch, those of you that have watched, that are watching our YouTube video, please let us know what kind of playstyle you're planning on playing in this Cyberpunk game. It should be a lot of fun. You know, we would love for you guys to subscribe. We'd really appreciate that, or follow us on Twitch.
Yes, for
But yeah,
sure.
that's it. Thank you guys for watching.